A vast number of men navigate their daily routines in a state of chronic fatigue, disconnected from their biological potential. This linear scale illustrates the standard operating range for male testosterone. The physiological spectrum extends from 300 to 1,000 nanograms per deciliter. The specific zone between 800 and 1,000 nanograms per deciliter is where the male body operates at peak physical and cognitive capacity. Operating at the bottom of this range yields clear physiological consequences. Men sitting near 300 nanograms experience persistent sadness, diminished physical strength, stubborn fat retention, and a degraded quality of life. These symptoms are biological evidence that the body is suppressing its primary male hormone in response to environmental stressors. As this timeline shows, the modern baseline often sits around 400 nanograms. This drop occurs because invisible daily habits act as lifestyle deficits, actively reducing hormone production. The fitness industry addresses this with synthetic hacks and over-the-counter boosters. This approach ignores the underlying physiological gaps. By systematically closing 3 specific biological gaps in a daily routine, the baseline metric rebounds, pushing back above the 700 threshold. Restoring hormonal function is a process of biological deficit correction, plugging the leaks to allow the body to reach its natural baseline. The first leak is the micronutrient void, specifically the absence of zinc, vitamin D, and magnesium. This vertical bar represents total testosterone production. When a deficiency in these elements occurs, the structure fractures, triggering a 60% drop. The scale is significant. Exactly half of this circle is blacked out, representing the 50% of Americans with a magnesium deficiency. Correcting the vitamin D deficit requires integrating salmon and egg yolks into weekly meals, alongside direct sunlight exposure on the skin. For zinc, the correction involves consuming red meat, lentils, and pumpkin seeds. Just 30 grams of pumpkin seeds delivers 20% of the required daily value. Magnesium levels are stabilized by adding dark chocolate, avocados, and a secondary serving of pumpkin seeds to a daily diet. This line graph maps nutrient intake against testosterone levels. Notice how the line rises to repair the deficit, but hits a plateau the moment it crosses the 100% daily value threshold. Consuming more than the required amount yields no additional benefit. The hormonal gains from these foods come entirely from repairing a broken biological system and bringing it back to its intended baseline. The second leak is sleep debt. Deep sleep is the required window for the endocrine system to perform repairs. This clock illustrates the physiological cost of shortening that window. As the dial sweeps from 8 hours down to 6, the hormone metric plunges by 20%. That initial drop triggers secondary failures. Systemic immune function weakens, and thus leg injury risk spikes by 80%. The mechanical correction is a non-negotiable 7 to 8 hour sleep schedule, such as a fixed window from 10:30 p.m. to 6 a.m. Anchoring the body's circadian rhythm requires going to bed and waking up at the exact same time every day. Without sufficient deep sleep, the body lacks the operational time to manufacture the hormones required to utilize the nutrients consumed during the day. The final deficit is the stimulus vacuum. Chronic physiological stress, driven by high cortisol, is a primary suppressor of testosterone. A sedentary lifestyle allows this stress to pool in the body. Without an outlet, it actively reduces natural hormone production. The biological antidote is intense physical exercise, performed 2 to 4 times a week to break the cycle. As the red line representing cortisol drops post-workout, the blue line representing testosterone rises in a direct inverse correlation. The psychological effect is immediate. The anxious state present before the workout clears, resulting in a focused, calm mentality. Intense exercise is the mandatory biological mechanism used to neutralize the stress that inhibits male vitality. Micronutrient fuel, rigid sleep recovery, and intense physical stimulus work together to initiate a compounding effect on the body. By correcting these specific deficits, the body stops fighting its own natural biology. High testosterone is the direct biological reward for consistent daily habits. Audit your diet, establish a strict sleep schedule, commit to your next intense workout. Physical power and mental clarity are the results of a systemic choice. Vitality rests entirely in these daily corrections.